Can PulseChain pump 28x from today? We're going to go through this together, friends. This is my friend Money Gang Crypto. I just took this screenshot of you, bro. I just loved it. He was staring directly into its ring light. I don't know why I just screenshotted it. So PulseChain, can we pump 28x? Why that number 28? Well, if you add up the core coins, and here are the logos. If you add up the market cap of PulseChain, Hex, PulseX, and Inc can come and party if it wants. You don't need to include it. That's both hexes, right? If you add up all the core coins, you get about a $3.5 billion market cap right now. So a 28x would take it to 100 billion. And I'm just going to tell you those numbers up front before we go through where it would all take us. But it would be Pulse 15x sack price. All right, so you just do that for Pulse 15x sack price. That's 28x higher for everything, right? It would be PulseX at 10x sack price. It would be Hex. P-Hex would be 43 cents. Erection Hex would be 10 cents. And then incentive token King Inc would be $55. So that is about a 28x from today. Now, what I'm going to do, because I don't want to be appearing racist to you or anything, friends, is I'm just going to show you like that, the chart price, say for PulseX here. So if this is PulseChain, where would 28x take us, right? Like I said, 15x day one sack. It would be like here, 28x. And what I'm doing is I'm being quite a bit conservative with these. And I know 100 billion, like you're like dreaming for that number because everyone wants a Jeet, right? Everyone wants a Jeet. But yeah, we're just walking through this. Because there is something magical about this 100 billion market cap. For some reason, this round number, like the first time you just run out of buyers in many, many, many coins. I'm actually going to go through those coins with you. But this is the PulseX price chart. This is the PulseX to Pulse ratio. It's actually moving up. Now, remember, I assumed no ratios change from today, which we know is going to be wrong. So they're not going to do exactly the same 28x. There's going to be ratios changing. For example, EHEX might do 3 times the PX move because the EHEX PX ratio is so low right now. Maybe EHEX goes to like 20 cents instead of 10. Okay, but this is the PulseX price chart. I'll just put it on a logarithmic channel. Here we go. So 28x taking us to around 10x sack price. That would be around here. Okay, and now I'll just show you Hex. Looking at it right now, where would a 28x take us? It's about 43 cents. It would be around here. I know it looks like so close to that $1 mark because it's only a 2x away, right? This is a log chart. It's a log chart. So it would be like quite a move up. That's what it'd have to look like. We'll go like, wee, please, please pump up. Please, sir, don't leave me behind in this bull market. What about the erection Hex? Well, a 10-cent move, friends. What we can actually do is, I know this is the, that's the DEX screener chart, but we'll have a look at the chart on the, here we go. We'll look at the chart on the trading view. 28x takes us to around 10 cents, which would be around there. That's what it would look like. So this chart would do the zippity doodah thing here. But if you actually look at it on a log chart, a linear, that's what it look like. It look like you made some sort of higher low and you come back down. But yeah, man, this is 28x. Like, what if it stops at 10x? What if it stops at 5? What if 28 is not the top? What if it goes to 100x each one? You know, so we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, PDI and the Hyperloop scenario can play out. I mean, a lot of people are avoiding it. Like, man, it's like their kryptonite. Like, we even saw Ivan on tech, man. He's like, oh, like, it's just, no, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch that. Oh, man, that's why there's a chance this could be Richard pulling the rabbit out of a hat twice if it continues. I mean, we'll see. Now, why 100 billion, huh? You're curious, right? Why 100 billion? Well, you deserve some pump music, okay? You sit down, you take that pump music. Now, 100 billion. It is just interesting, friends. This 100 billion number is, it comes up a lot. And if you'll allow me, once again, please subdue your racism, friends. I'm going to show you some examples here. So there are a couple of coins we're going to go through. These coins, the $100 billion number, relevant multiple times. BNB, Okay, see BNB, friends. This is Binance. And as you can see right here, BNB, right, one of the biggest. Actually, funny, it's actually 100 billion right now. That's actually funny to see. But Binance, friends, at the 2021 top, look at this. This is 100 billion right here. Okay, look at this. This is nuts. This is exactly 100 billion. See how Binance goes like to 100 billion. Look at this. It goes all the way up. 100 billion. Whee! Look at that. It just goes straight up. 100 billion is the stopping point. Okay. So you might think, oh, Somi, I know you're my friend and you got a very straight posture. You have a big, yummy lollipop and you've got pointy elbows. I know, friends. I'm very flattered by that. That's just the data point one. Okay. Can we look at others? Oh, yeah, we can. Have you heard of a coin called XRP? This is XRP. Do you know in 2017, XRP hit, here's 100 billion. This is very, very, very peculiar, strange. See, XRP went to 100 billion. Yeah, it wicks up to 130, but you got to account for this stuff. You got to understand how close that line is. Like imagine, like look how close that line is. Like you're like, hey, where's this thing going to stop? And then you're looking at this line all the way up here. And you're like, hey, 100 billion is going to be a wild number. All of that just stops right there. Now, also interesting, look how close 2021 came to it. 90 billion. You see this? See cycle 1, 130 billion, 100 billion. You start to get like, oh, we're near that zone. Okay, cycle 2, this actually the XRP's third cycle, but the next time it comes to poke, that stops at 90 billion. That's nuts as well. Man, that's crazy. That isn't that wild, man. That's just absolutely bonkers. That happened multiple times. So, like, okay, but my friend Somi, once again, yeah, that's 2 coins now. Okay. Okay, little Jimmy, little Gerald, little Tina. Have you heard of a coin run by a man named Charles Cuckinson? Of course, friends, we know he's called Charles Cuckinson because he blocked me. That is a tradition we have on this channel. When you block me, you get a nickname. Okay, and it's a democratic process for your nickname. So, what about 100 billion for Charles Cuckinson's coin? I mean, like, you this is a bit wild, isn't it? You're like, wow, you're getting a bit spooked now. You're like, what? What? Excuse me? Yes, hello. You are excused. I'm just as shocked as you are, like, because I know these because I'm here 18 hours a day, and I'm like, when I start to put them together, I'm like, oh my god! And then you gotta understand the appreciation for this. BNB, it's like a Binance, it's a CZ appreciation coin. Yeah, the type of person buying it, it's like alternative layer 1. Okay, yet Cardano people. Decentralization. It's not even EVM. It's different. It's not. There's no exchange there. Why did you stop at 100 billion as well? By the way, Cardano went to 100 billion without smart contracts enabled. They enabled them up here. Top signal. Funny. They actually enabled smart contracts up here. Ah, man, that's funny. I laugh. I made videos about this. Remember my videos on this? I'm like, dude, let me remind you, everyone. This thing literally, without smart contracts enabled, went to 100 billion market cap. Like you're like, it's literally this sports car won the race without any wheels. How did that happen? That's just it's the magic. Okay, I've got some other spooky ones just to show you too. So XRP, Binance, Cardano. Yeah, man. Have you heard of a coin called Doge? Friends, have you heard of Dogecoin? Also, this is wild too. Look at this. Dogecoin, the very, very, very top tick, actually hit 98 billion. Now, a lot of exchange market data, it actually stops at like 90 billion. But I mean, like, you got to give it some leeway, man. You got to understand. It goes to 100 billion pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, okay, stops at 90, stops at 80. Who cares? It nicks there. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, you got to like, look how fast it goes, man. By the end of that week, next week, it's down to 66 billion. A week later, it's down to 40 billion. See how fast? Bang. So you drop like a 2.5x. You know, that's why it's important to guess, you know, believe in something, be long in the depression. Because if you're up like a 30x and you drop a 2x, yeah, it sucks. But at least you're still up, right? Man, you're learning. Now, this is wild. This is wild. That's why, friends, highest value content in crypto, not even close. Now, once again, Dogecoin has nothing to do with EVM, no smart contracts, no DeFi, nothing. It was just a thing. It's a meme coin, the OG meme coin. Like, bro, why did you stop at Why'd you stop there, Dogecoin? Why? I know, I'm just as confused as you. Why'd you stop at 100 billion, Habib? Yeah, it just, yeah. I'm sure, friends, there are other examples that you can look at. Now, remember 100 billion, you can't just wait for that 100 billion. Because if you're around 50 billion, you're just like a 2x away to it. Okay, you're very, very close on the chart. Did you know, friends, we can actually go on and just show you Shiba Inu stopped at around 45 billion in 2021. That's another example I can show you. And if you allow me to show you, it's around, here you go, 40 billion. I think it actually peaked out 45 on this day. 45. So it's near 50 billion, man. You know what I mean? Like it's almost a 2x away. It's just close, yeah? And then, you know, Hex, removing the origin address, Hex was about 45 billion as well in 2021. That's right. It had 90 billion circulating coins. Could be a coincidence. 90 billion. And if you do that by the 55-cent mark, that's around 49 to 50 billion market cap. That's nuts, man. Let's just say 50 billion. Again, Shami, that's interesting how these numbers just all appear, right? It is interesting, friends, I know. Now, I'm going to show you a coin, friends. Maybe you've heard of it before. Have you heard of a coin called Ethereum? That's right. Vitalik's 4,000 IQ brain, Ethereum, also peaked around 100 billion market cap here, January 2019. See this, friends? This was literally it. This price, you can actually see the price there. The price was around 1,400. So if you actually want to see where was that 1,400 around? Here you go, around $1,000. So that's actually this move here. I'm just looking at right here. So 100 billion would be $1,000. Up here was 140 billion. So it's wild, isn't it? ETH went to 100 billion. That's nuts. Oh my God, I'm just like in shock. How many times? How many times? 100 billion. Why? What happens to this number? It is what it is. It is what it is, okay? Now, at this point, like you've got a few data points. Aren't you just a bit curious? This strange occurrence where like 100 billion, watch out. You know, and like, but if you're waiting for 100 billion in Hex and SHIB, you missed it. You know? So it's around the 50 to 100 billion mark. If you want conservative numbers, you know all the PulseChain Core Coins we went through, divide them by 2. So instead of 28x divided by 2, it's just that. It's Donald Trump. You've got pro-crypto news, Paul Atkins. You've got Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF. It's a double bubble alt season year. The Matrix dodge occurred by Donald Trump to dodge the planned assassination bullet. UFOs are like starting to ramp up. There's a lot of magic in the air. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they printed a lot of money. So you'd think that we'd get towards the 100 billion instead of the 50 billion scam scenario. You'd think that. If you're interested as well, friends, this is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, when it hit 100 billion, this is in 2017. So I think this price for it was around, this is $6,000. So Bitcoin around $6,000 was here. And then it actually flushed up to 300 billion. So it makes sense though. There is one unicorn. It was Bitcoin. Bitcoin, but think about the examples we went through. 6-ish examples. Bitcoin's a 7th. Okay. 1 out of 7 chance it's going to blow. Let's say 1 out of 6. So and how much is left in it? Another 2 to 3x anyway. Just think about those odds, right? So let's say it's a 1 out of 6. Yeah, it's about 16% chance. So pretty much if you're in a coin and it's around the 50 to 100 billion zone, now you know your odds. Based off the data, we're like, okay, of these things that reasonably went near it, seems like, yes, that's how much you're risking. You're risking, oh crap, there's a 16% chance this thing will do it triple. Let's say you're optimistic, you round it up to a 20% chance. It really means like you should be out like 75% of your size at that point. And you're like, hey, I'm gonna leave the moon bag just in case it does triple, but if it doesn't, congratulations on bag holding. Now think about the different narratives, different coins, the different character makeup of people in all those coins. And for some reason, market goes to this 100 billion. It's like, hey, we're stopping around here. We can't sustain it. Okay, the first time. Also, think about for things to sustain, like you need the next cycle to sustain it. That's another thing. So now, like I think we've established, this 100 billion number, it's not a guarantee stop. It's good odds that big stuff's gonna happen around there. Either like does the Bitcoin charge up and like does a 2 or 3x above that, or you're in that final flush zone. So that's why I've computed these, right? I've computed these here on PulseChain, friends. The market caps, adding up all the core coins, around 3.5 billion with a B today. Yeah, it would be nice if we split them. It would be nice because PulseChain is like 0.9 billion with a B right now. So yeah, it would be nice if like everything got to 100 billion each. And you could even make the case for that. You might say, well, if they share the same liquidity and it's all liquidity bonded and it's the same community, maybe they can all get to the 100 billion each with the liquidity. Yeah, maybe we need the Hyperloop. Okay, there's a lot of variables that get introduced in here that you just don't know. So that's why I'm looking at these numbers, and I'm just thinking about for you, like there's considerations to make, because guessing this number, it means nothing. Like, oh, of course we want it to go higher. Everyone wants it to go higher. I'm just getting you to think about your expectations if others BTC is up at those zones that we're looking for by the end of this cycle. Now, the final thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to check the Pulse to ETH ratio. And if PulseChain did a 28x, all the cores did a 28x, right? Just assuming different ratios didn't move, whatever. 28. If Ethereum went from the current price and it did about 3x, okay, so if Ethereum did 3 and Pulse did 28, all you got to do is do 28 divided 3 times. You get the number 9, around 9. So effectively what I've calculated for you is Pulse beats Ethereum 9x. So what you can do is you will go to your ruler on the Pulse ETH ratio, like so. And actually what I'll do, friends, for further lack of racism, I will just grab the price measurement and I'll do a plus 9x, which is you go to 800%. That is right, bang. It's actually right here. So that's what it would look like. So it would be this going up, probably like it screws around. This is day one sacrifice, this is break even. And then somehow by the end of the cycle, it does this pop. Okay. So that is, if that path happened, what are we looking at here? It's all the prices I told you. Ethereum is 3x from today, which is about 10, 11K-ish. So Ethereum, 10 to 11,000. And then you have everything like Pulse is 15x sack price. PulseX is 10x sack price. Hex is 40 cents. eHex 10 cents. Inc $55. The ones I mentioned to you. That's what it would look like. So unfortunately though, I have now filled in this extra line. If you pay attention to this top, you see how these lines up here, this horizontal line. So what I've done is I've marked the exact ratio top of Pulse ETH. And you see these charts, sometimes these charts launch high and they go down. So you don't really believe them, but no, this is actually real, friends. This is real. So if we see the numbers I just gave you, look, I don't care who's listening. If we got those numbers, we failed. Just letting you know, that's still a fail. That's a big fail. Why is that a big fail? You literally, on the launch high, remember, so how do we get this ratio price here? This price is written here. Pulse was 3x sack price. Ethereum was $1,900. That's actually what happened on the PulseChain launch. PulseChain went to 3x sack, okay, on that open part, and then Ethereum was 1,900. So that's why that ratio was up here, that number. See, there's like all these zeros and then 1572. You get it? So yeah, we are down. We are 90% from that point. Why are we down 90%? Well, yeah, obviously you can see. So we used to be 3x sack. So I'll actually show you on the price chart. Let's go to the US dollar price chart just so I can show it here for you. Here we go. So we used to be 3x pretty much almost right here, right? So almost 3x SAC price. We're down 80% just on the US dollar from that high. And Ethereum is up at 2x. So you're down 80% and Ethereum is up 100%. So if you just add them up together, you're down actually around 90%. So the ratios all make sense. That's pretty much what it ticked up at the high and then just sunk down. So if this happened, yes, I'll give it an F. It's a failure. But not failures in like we're not owed anything. It just, yeah, that's not a win. So if you see people like celebrating that, hey, we won, and we did this, we didn't win. Just to let you know, we didn't. We've literally just come back to launch. Okay, that's what happens. If you don't understand this ratio, you understand nothing. So, for example, if you don't understand ratios, you are privy to being scammed. Because I can say to you, hey, I'll give you guaranteed money. I'll give you literally free freaking money, guaranteed money. I take your $1 million and then I just go buy the government bond. I get 5%. And I give you a guaranteed 2%. I'm like, you're getting infinite free money. It's guaranteed. And you say to me, no, man, that return sucks. I'm taking on risk by giving you the money. I could have just bought the government bond. Okay, well, it's the same principle here. It's like, well, you're taking risk. You could have just put your money in the blue chip Ethereum if you're going to underperform it. That's why you have to chart against BTC or ETH to show the real gains over time. You have to. Doesn't mean just because you chart on it, like suddenly you're winning. It gives you an idea of how to look at these things and to tell whether you're getting scammed or not. It's just like what the government does. They go, oh, but your salary went up 20% in the past 5 years. Yeah, but the cost of orange juice went up 100%. You see? So you have to understand it's the hidden tax of inflation, how you get grifted from underneath. So this price up here, just to let you know, this price, so if this happened, just to confirm, this is a 28x from today and ETH is 11K. Okay? ETH is 11K. Around there. It's kind of, look, some people get upset, but it is pretty good to know that, like, you're not expensive, I guess, until, you know, we get freaking 9x on ETH from here. But yeah, so that why would this be dog poop, friends? Is because the optimal thing was to, like, not trust Richard Hart and then just sell everything and quit on the open. That would have been the optimal thing. You literally avoid the 90% drop, all of this. And by the way, you still got to get up here and do this, by the way. So we haven't even done that. You know, we still got to get, there's break-even soy boys here on this ratio part, which is the first thing that we have to get through. See, we came back, see how for some reason we come back to this day one break-even. This was corrupt SEC. We break under it. We come back and touch it around February, March last year, sink back down. So maybe wave one takes us back there again. Everyone thinks it's over, and then we continue by the end. I don't know. You might be curious as well, my friend Somi. Please show us Hex Ethereum chart. That might be interesting to look at as a comparison, because like if we're looking at Pulse ETH, you know, we're just representing everything else. It's just you do anything on the core coins, right? What about Hex ETH? Well, what did Hex ETH do? Well, I'm going to show you that to you now. Let's actually put it on a weekly chart as well. So how did that behave? So Hex ETH, friends, look, this is, I've got the line here, but I'm going to mark this little rectangle. This was adoption amplified. This is day one prices. So day one prices, you basically got destroyed, break even, destroyed, break even, destroyed, forever. Richard thinks the top is now in and then bags pumped, okay? So we might be, it feels like we're actually in this part now where, look, we're heading, this is, see, friends, look at this, okay? We're heading into, this is where 2021 was. Look at this 2021. We come back down, we die, we go up a bit, it's over, everyone thinks it's over, Richard thinks it's topped, and then we smack up, okay? See that might be similar to our pattern right now. See how we're doing that now? Well, this is the price chart here. You see how we're like, we entered into 2025 now. Maybe that's what happens, friends. Maybe that's what happens. We go up, we just touch this break even again. Everyone thinks it's over, calls it a scam. Richard thinks it's topped, maybe like October, November, December, and then something happens, okay? Let's go back and check out Hex ETH though. How big exactly was this move from that bottom? Well, if you go to around the bottom, let's actually check it out. If you go to around, remember this is Hex cycle 1, right? It was about a 34x on Ethereum. 34. Okay, so look, there are diminishing gains. You just don't know. There's maybe the PDI factor. We've been oversold. I don't know. But we did a 34x. So let's say we can do it again. Let's say we do a 34x. Well, remember, I just showed you what 9x looked like. This is it. Okay, so 9x would do this. Yeah, that's why I am where we need like that hyperloop, the PDI hyperloop, right? So 9x would take us here. So where would let's actually check this out. A 34x would take us all the way up there. So it's not even that much difference if you go check it out. It's going and going, going. That's big. That's what it would be like. Whee! Up here. It would be up here. What would that deviation be from around, this number high? It's about another 3. Okay. So it's like a 1, 2, about a 3x from here. So this would be phenomenal success. This is Richard wins. Actually, give him the crown. Okay. This, I don't care who you are. I don't care. Look, you got to use this word. I don't care if you are retarded enough not to understand ratios. If you are celebrating this as a victory, well, let me know. Just let me know what coins you buy next cycle. I'll watch them carefully as well because I know you'll be easily tricked. Okay, don't let yourself get scammed, man. Okay, but also the market doesn't care what we think as well. You have to be careful of that. So this would be poop. As far as I'm concerned, anything under here is pretty much total dog poop. And then this is you win up that part. Okay, we don't know what we're gonna get, but I've just shown you. Look. Even though we want high and stuff, it is nice to think that, because friends, it's not about how high it goes. It depends about your odds of the bear market starting after you. Are you at dangerously high levels? Is it going to be a big 95% drop after you? So it is nice to know, like, even if we were here, let's say we're going up here and we're like just this zone here. We were actually here, by the way, in end of May 2023. If we go up just to where this green kink is, I'm just going to show you what is that price difference. That is a 5.7x on ETH. It's pretty much if ETH did 2 from today. So if Ethereum got to like 6,507K and we did that 5.6 times that, we could do about 11x on Pulse. Effectively, what it's saying is, you see PulseChain. Don't take these words and misconstrue them, but it feels like the first 10x, it's like you got nothing to worry about. In terms of like, it's not expensive. The first 10x isn't expensive. After that, we've got to start thinking. Before that, don't even think, because we're so low. That's pretty much what it says. We're not expensive at this point, It would be great if that's the first pump up. We come back down on this wave 1 and then we continue up. Yeah, but we just don't know. Remember, you're in this game, you buy and hold as long as it's cheap. You only get worried if there's euphoria and expensive prices. Well, if you never get expensive prices, you never have to worry about being like in that zone of danger, right? But you don't want to take that forever because we know what happens in a crypto bear market. Bitcoin goes up for 3 years and down for 1 year, and altcoins go down for 3 years. They do the inverse of that, okay? But there you go, friends. I've shown you. If you're a $50 to $100 billion believer guy for all of the PulseChain Core Coins, and you don't think they're going to be added up as a collective pricing mechanism done, well, yeah, so you would say, okay, low end 14x from today, high end 28x, based off like a $10,000 or $11,000 Ethereum. 14 to 28x. Then, maybe it's the believers after that. Maybe it's the PDI Hyperloop. We'll see. Also, I want to show you something, right? If let's check out PDI, for example. If Pulse did 14, okay, it did 14. I'm not even doing the 28x. If Pulse itself did 14x, friends, how high would PDI be at 14x from here? It would be 23 cents. What if Pulse did a 28x? Well, then PDI goes to 43 cents. Wow. So just by 1-to-1 ratio pricing. By the way, if Pulse does 14x to 28 and then PDI is in that zone, you basically lose because you took on all that risk, but you did the same return as Pulse. You took on excess risk, you got no excess return. Okay. But if you look at this is the crazy part. This is the chart of PDI. See how this PDI, you need this. If this goes up, it means PDI is outperforming, right? Can PDI go for this number of 287 up to like towards 1,000? That means that's another 3x on whatever Pulse does. It's like, if that happens, you're looking at a peggining, by the way. You're looking at $1. Okay, so I'm just showing how the pieces of the puzzle go together over time. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think we're going to get a 28x? I know a lot of people, every time we make these videos and we talk about it, I get same comments every single time. People saying, I don't care, bro. I'm out after 5. Or I'm out max 10. I'm walking away. I hear that a lot. Just, I don't know, bro. If we get a white swan, if all the SEC stuff gets dropped, corrupt Interpol, they stop lactating their man titties, maybe they want to drink chocolate milk for a night, they can't lactate anymore. I think people are just going to shut their mouths all over again. They're just going to watch it in its glory, just like everything else. But, you know, fingers crossed. Like, subscribe, belly button on. Catch you soon.